Hello and welcome back to Amazing Abner. This is Tom and I am going to go through some baseball cards today. I think they're all around the same era. So it looks like we're looking at late 70s to early 80s for most of these. I will put a link to the video where I actually purchased these. It was an auction video. I got this box, if you will, this lid of baseball cards for $15 along with 2 magazines. Now, ironically, the 2 magazines look like they should bring in about $32. That's what comparable sales on eBay showed. So really, these cards are free if you want to look at it that way. So, and I will say one thing out of the gate. I don't know if you're able to tell. I would imagine, though, I've never had a card graded, but I am going to take a wild guess that if I were to send these to PSA, and I don't even know what the grading scale, I know a 10 is like perfect, but I don't know what a 1 would constitute. So I would imagine most of these cards are going to be 1, 2, maybe 3 if I'm lucky. So, however, I'm just kind of excited to see what I have in here and is there anything worth money. And if you happen to see anything that might be worth money, please let me know in the comments below. I don't really know how to. I've done a couple modern day sports card unboxing, unwrapping videos, and I haven't been happy with the camera angle, with the audio, so I think I'm just going to leave this like this, and as I go through these I'll just kind of show them, and hopefully this is a better way to do it. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 stacks, all rubber banded, and then we have some loose ones in the box. I'll go ahead and we'll go through these loose ones first. And you never know, there may be some money here. And that's what we do on this channel. This is a reselling channel. I'm looking to find little hidden treasures to be able to sell on eBay and other platforms for a profit. Every once in a while, if I find something extra special, I'm just going to keep it for myself, but overwhelmingly, I want to be able to sell these items and make money. So first, we have a Robin Yount, I think is the way you say that. Looks like a 1979, and this was, I do remember these as a kid. This was like off of a Hostess box, I believe, some kind of Hostess Twinkies or something box. Correct me if I'm wrong. Then I have a few of these. World's largest hobby card dealer, some 1979. I don't know what they are. We have Renato Glasso, Ducky Medwick, Jim Bottomley, and let's see, I'll try to get all those out of the way here. Oh, and the final one here, Billy Herman. So I know nothing about these black and white cards. As I mentioned, the Robin Yount. I also have a Cesar Cedeno. Probably came off the same box. I think there was a few on each box. And Willie Stargell. And then the remaining 4 loose cards were in 1978 Pete Rose, looks like a 1982 Johnny Bench, a 1967 Floyd Robinson, and a 1980, I believe this is, a Reds Prospects card. My eyesight's not the best. I'm trying to look at that tiny little fine print. Obviously, if you look at the the last year of statistics, or in this case, just the bottom of the card. That's where I'm getting the date, but the print is so small. Well, this one at the top, if I would, it says Reds 1979 prospects. Okay, so let's go ahead and open our first little pack, our rubber banded pack, if you will, and see what we have. I'm just going to kind of show these on the screen. I'm not going to stop and give you the year on each one. If anything looks like, you know, if it's a name that rings a bell, I'll stop, maybe take a closer look. But otherwise, we'll just kind of go through it. Now, these older cards are interesting. I guess this is is this from the 1950s? Just the way the print is on the back. It looks like a 1967 again. So actually, let me get that other 1967. Just simply the age. It was the Floyd Robinson. And kind of just put those aside. Okay, try to pick up the pace here for you guys. Willie Montañez. We got this is certainly a miscentered card. Looks like, again, one of the 67s, but it's Lou Brock and Curt Flood. So, I mean, this, unfortunately, is you can clearly see it's terribly miscut, but, I mean, there could be some value to that card. Put that in the good pile. Future Oakland A Stars. Forsh, trying to get close enough where you see it all, but not that I'm cutting anything off. Good old Raleigh Fingers. Everybody remembers the mustache. Oop. And I probably do have a lot of these in my, you know, long-standing personal collection, because I was a big baseball card collector in the early to mid 80s, and was certainly able to get some from the 70s and stuff as well. Mike Scott, see, he turned out to be a heck of a pitcher. All right, well, I can tell this is going to be another one of those 1967s. However, Tony Oliva is in horrific condition. This would be a PSA -1, or is there a 0? So unfortunately, the top is torn out of that card. We'll still put it with the 67s. I remember these cards. So this breakdown, or this, well, actually, this is a rookie card, a 1978 Jackson Todd rookie. I just remember this cursive writing as a kid. I have a lot of these. Oh my gosh. Well, they cut holes in that one for some reason. That'd be my luck. That'd be like a $100,000 card, but it would have holes in it. Old Paul Molitor, certainly remember him. And I'm not taking a close look at these Future Stars cards. And Darryl Motley on that one. But you could have some nice rookies on there, was why I was bringing that up. But I don't want to make this video an hour. I'm sure you just want to see the cards. So I'm trying to go through these relatively quickly and not covering the name up. Steve Kemp. I don't know why I remember this card as a kid. I know I have this one. It's like, I think the second time I've seen this card. There's the Cobra, Dave Parker, 1979. I am a Cincinnati native, still live in Cincinnati, so very fond of Dave Parker. This is in terrible condition, unfortunately, but in terribly mis-centered. Look at that. Anytime I see Nolan Ryan, it kind of piques my interest. But that one is, and of course Walter Johnson, but man, that's a mess. Rounded corners, mis-centered. Another PSA 0 if there's such a thing. Another Willie Wilson, this time a record breaker card. Ron Say. I do have Ron Say's rookie card. I do know that because I believe he's on the same card with Mike Schmidt. J.R. Richard. Certainly remember him well. Remember this guy well because with the Reds we had Barry Larkin, and unfortunately he was always second fiddle seemingly to Ozzie Smith. Okay, I can't get too close, it was blurry. Oakland A's team card. We're almost done here. That's what we have left in the first pack, in case you're wondering. Vern Roll, Steve Rogers, big hunk out of the bottom corner there. Some of these are definitely in better shape than others, no doubt about that. Frank Tanana. Okay, we got here's a nice card, a Rod Carew, Dave Parker batting leaders from 1978. So this would be a 1979 card. But unfortunately, again, the corners are destroyed. It's hideously mis-centered. And that's crazy. I mean, maybe in some cases, let me know, are the miscut cards maybe more valuable? You know, because it's more of an error. Rick Camp, and final card here, Buck Martinez. And I'm not going to rubber band these back up and do any more damage. We'll go on to our next stack. Okay. John Stearns. Rusty Staub, St. Louis Cardinals future stars. Not familiar with any of those names, but if you are a St. Louis fan, maybe they did become future stars. Oh. Anything that I think may be worth any amount of money. Oh, and as soon as that comes out of my mouth, I don't know if this is a rookie card. I think this is a 1983 Topps. But of course, Cal Ripken always piques interest. Stolen bases leader, Lou Brock and Lou Brock. Steve Carlton All-Star card. Make sure these aren't too blurry. I think if I just hold them back a little bit more. Eddie Murray, I'm pretty sure I have this card. This is not his rookie card. This would be after his second year, going into his third year. But as I said, you know, it's kind of fun to go through these cards, and for a $15 auction win, that the magazines that came with these, and one was a 1978 All-Star Baseball All-Star Game program, and the other one was a completely unrelated, I believe it was a Ford, a manual, like a car manual, and those by themselves should sell for at least what I mentioned, $32. So really, I didn't want those. I just wanted the cards. But if I look at it that way, I got the cards for free. So okay, we got another Hostess box. At least, again, I believe that's what these are. But somebody got hungry. Phil Necro, Gaylord Perry, Dodgers prospects, okay, here's one, a Nolan Ryan, actually in better shape of some of the cards. Nolan's rookie year was looks like 66, where he only pitched in 2 games. This is a 1981 card, Nolan Ryan. Good old Yankees. So you can't go wrong with the Yankees. Team checklist. This looks like a it's either a 1979 or a 1980. My eyes are deceiving me. I can't quite tell, but it's in that ballpark. I'm trying to get the best distance from the phone and not make these blurry for you guys. An autographed Sixto Lezcano. Okay, we are getting down to the bottom here. Just have that many left. Then it'll be 2 stacks to go. So we got Ken Forsch, followed by Bob Forsch, followed by another Bob Shirley. And then we got some White Sox prospects. I'm not familiar with any of those gentlemen. And Mark Fidrich. Of course, I'm familiar with Mark Fidrich. He was what, the Bird? This is like his 3rd year. Okay, 2 stacks down, 2 to go. And this one is a little bit thicker, so we'll get this one knocked out first. Another J.R. Richard. And of course the teams back in the day, at least that were in the NL Central with the Reds. I'm a little more familiar with those players as well. There's an old, real beat up, missing the corner, Astros team card. Second baseman turned manager, Art Howe. And again, I collected these as a kid. I am by no means I don't even know. I mean, I'm not even a novice card collector, so I have no idea what I may have or may not have. I know the condition of these. I'm not thinking I'm going to have a $500 card in the bunch, but if you do see anything that, you know, depending on condition, could be worth any money, please let me know. If you're watching this video, you probably already know a lot more than I do. Tim McCarver turned out to be a heck of an announcer. Jim Palmer, of course, familiar with Jim and his underwear ads. He was the big deal before Justin Bieber. Randolph, Gaylord Perry, 1980 record breakers, most stolen bases, probably combined by teammates in a season. Another Ken Forsch, Dale Murphy, of course, very familiar with Dale, as I am with Jim Rice. Another Dale. Again, we just missed out on this Dale. This was the completion of his second year, so unfortunately not a rookie card. Vida Blue, autographed. I didn't remember that they had the little autographs back in the day. So Cardinals prospects. And this card, again, one that just for whatever reason, I mentioned earlier in the video that the curse of team names, I just, you know, 1978, I was a little kid in 1978, but I remember these cards well, and I just really remember this Robin Yount. I know I have that one in my personal collection. There's Robin yet again. Okay, and then out of the blue, we get one of these oldies here, an Ed Matthews, 1967 Ed Matthews. Rounded corners, but from what we've seen, and some kind of a little stain on the back bottom, but pretty good for some of the cards that we've run into. So, I don't know, could have a little bit of value there with Ed Matthews. Carlton Fisk, obviously know that name well from the World Series against the Reds. I used to love baseball. I mean, when I was a kid, it's just funny how time changes things. I was, you know, probably from early double digits, you know, to late teens, my sports were baseball and boxing. Loved baseball and boxing. Boxing came a little later, but just loved it. And now, all these years later, you'd have to pay me to watch a baseball game. You'd have to pay me to watch the NBA. I do. I'm somewhat partial to college basketball, but really nowadays it's the UFC and college football are my sports. So it looks like leading firemen, i.e. closers. Kind of a cool card, 1981. Another Dodgers future stars. Got Steve Sachs on there. And final card, Ron Reed. One stack to go. All right. Well, and if you've made it this far in the video, I would kindly ask that you would like the video and subscribe to the channel. I can tell you this. I am, again, primarily an eBay selling channel, and I try to offer tips to people, show things I've done, share my numbers, etc. But on the side, I started this little series with sports cards. This is, and I should, I should know this, I believe this is my third video in the sports card series. I have got a couple unopened boxes of not only recent football cards, including a Panini Prism, which I'm hoping we got a Joe Burrow in there. I've got an older, some sort of 1980s box of unopened wax packs of baseball cards that we will do eventually. And I have a bag of baseball cards that I got from a thrift store. It was just hanging on one of the pegs filled with baseball cards. The next thing my wife noticed it, and I think I got it for, I don't know, $2 or $3. So we'll go through that as well. So if you just kind of like the old vintage cards or the current cards and the unwrapping and unboxing, subscribe to the channel just for that, because I do have quite a few of those videos coming up. But we'll quit selling the channel here and go on to the final stack. And this is just a fun hobby. There's another Ronsay. So I loved this as a kid, man, going to the store, getting those wax packs, using the checklist. And then as I got a little older, I would just go to the hobby shop and buy the set. So I have quite a few complete sets. I think they're all tops. But that was, I don't know when the other card companies started coming into existence. Actually, if you know that, I don't know if it was Fleer or Donruss was next. It was sometime in the 80s, I think. I could be wrong, but that's, but up until that point, I think it was always just tops, or you had something, you know, or at least primarily tops, something like the Hostess box that were just kind of not a traditional set of cards, but just like a specialty card. Okay, so far nothing spectacular. Wow, this one jumps all the way up to 1990. That's the most recent one we've seen. Bobby Brown, Doug DeCinces. Well, maybe we'll have a hidden gem in this last pile, because what I'm seeing right now is not exciting me at all. But again, for $15, even if I didn't have the magazines, I mean, this was I'd take this buy all day just for the nostalgia, just to be able to go through these. Even if I, you know, don't have anything, I mean, I can imagine that I'd be able to sell something in here for $15 and make the money back, but I don't even need to, you know. I mean, it's just, it's fun. It's like sometimes it just won't, and again, I know we're going on doing this whole thing, and okay, we're getting down to maybe the last 10, 15 cards. 1980 stolen base leader with Ricky Henderson. It's kind of a nice card, and then it has the yearly leaders on the back. NL All-Star Dave Parker. Floyd Bannister, Gary Templeton, David Clyde, Chili Davis. It's like a rookie card. Oh, what we loved as kids, the old checklist. George Hendrick, autographed. Well, an autographed, and I say autographed knowing it's just in the card, but not like some of the ones nowadays that the player actually autographs the card, but a Keith Hernandez. But this is pretty far into his career. Looks like he was a rookie in '74, and this is a 1982. I'd call that one in mint condition compared to some of this stuff we've seen. All right, final four coming up, guys. And in the final four, we have a Bob Sykes, a Gorman Thomas, a Mike Ramsey, and lo and behold, wow, this one looks older. corner's kind of torn up. So this was the completion of Keith Hernandez's 4th year. This is a 1978 Topps. So there you go. We finish off the video with Keith Hernandez. So again, I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this. Looks like the video is going to be about a half an hour, which is longer than I wanted it to be. But if you enjoyed this and were able to sit through this video and make it this far with me, again, with what I also have coming up in the future, please consider not only liking this video, but subscribing to the channel. If you want to hit the bell icon, but you'd be notified when I come out with all of my eBay and reselling videos as well. That is, if you're just interested in the trading cards. But thank you. I will do a little bit of checking on some of these, like some of these older ones, like the Ed Matthews, and well, I don't really need to check on that one with the corner missing, but see if we have any kind of value here with these. But again, if you've seen anything that you know to be of any money, or hey, you really want to get that one checked out, let me know. I would appreciate any input whatsoever. So I am out of here. Thanks again for stopping by. I greatly appreciate it. Hopefully we'll see you next time. Take care. Treat others the way you want to be treated, and we'll see you next time.